Hello there, everyone. Are you ready to learn? Great. Welcome to Online Learning Day 3. Today, we will be revisiting denotations and connotations. Here's the standard that goes along with this lesson in case any of you were curious. But Miss Baggett, I hear you ask, what are denotations and connotations? I can't remember. It's been a while. Well, I'm here to help with that, so let's go. We're going to start with denotations. A denotation is the literal dictionary definition of a word. If you need help remembering that, think of that nice alliteration we have there. Denotation, dictionary, definition. You've got that D sound repeated. Denotations don't imply that anything is positive or negative. It just kind of is what it is. Denotations are facts, not opinions, something that you could look up in the dictionary. And denotations leave no room for interpretation. There's no imagining that the denotation is good or bad. It's just the definition. So, for example, let's look at this sentence. The cat lapped up the water in the bowl. The denotation or definition of lapped is to drink by scooping up liquid with the tongue. That's how cats and dogs drink their water. It's not very efficient. I wouldn't recommend it, but that's how they have to drink. So let's look at another sentence. I got upset when my friend lapped me in Mario Kart. We've all been there, it happens. But there's that word lapped again. But this time, the denotation is different. This time, lapped means to pass a competitor in a race and become one lap ahead. So this would be a multiple meaning word, just like some of the words from Tuesday's lesson. The words may be the same, but the denotations or definitions are different. Denotations are just the dictionary definitions of the words, and they aren't all going to be multiple meaning words, but I thought for the sake of connecting to Tuesday's lesson, I would use a multiple meaning word this time. But denotations are dictionary definitions. Next, we're going to look at connotations. A connotation is an association or connection that goes with a certain word, usually a connection that your brain kind of makes without you really meaning for it to. So, sorry. All right. Connotations are the intended meaning of the word. It's the way that you want the person reading your writing to understand the word. It helps with the tone. Connotations can be either positive or negative, hence how they help with tone. And connotations have to be interpreted using context clues. Context clues are always important. They don't just tell you what a word means, they can also help you understand whether the word is meant to be positive or negative. So let's look at some examples. All right, Mr. Scrooge is a heartless, stingy old man. We all know Mr. Scrooge from the Christmas Carol, but in case you didn't, here's a nice picture of him over there on the left. He is a heartless, stingy old man. Let's look at one more sentence. I'm frugal with my money during the year, so I can afford a vacation in the summer. So we're going to be looking at the word stingy in the first sentence and frugal in the second sentence. Both words have a similar denotation. They both mean that the person does not like to spend much money. However, the connotation or interpretation of frugal is careful with money. If a person is careful with money, it means that they're being smart. They're not throwing their money away or wasting it. They're being careful. And since being careful is usually a good thing, frugal has a positive connotation. So I'll put a little plus sign there. Frugal is positive because being careful is good. Stingy, on the other hand, has a connotation that means selfish with money. Being selfish is not a good thing. Sharing is caring and all of that. So the word stingy has a negative connotation. So it's got a little minus sign there to show you that it's negative. If someone is being selfish with their money, it means that they don't share, they don't help other people, they kind of have the mine mentality, and that's not good. So frugal can be positive because you're not being selfish with your money, you're being careful with it because there's something you want to spend your money on later. Whereas being selfish is, being selfish. It's not good. So if you look at the context in the sentences, Mr. Scrooge is a heartless old man. Heartless means he's cruel, he's mean, he doesn't care. So stingy, you could kind of assume is going to be negative just based on the way it's used in the sentence. Now, in the second sentence, I'm frugal with my money so I can afford a vacation in the summer. There's nothing negative or bad that's implied there. You're frugal because you want to do something nice later. That doesn't mean you're being selfish. It just means you're being smart. So that would be positive. So there's an example of two different words that have the same dictionary definition, the same denotation, but the connotations are different. All right. Now, hold on, Miss Baggett, I hear you say. Everything isn't always positive or negative. Some things are neither. Well, you are correct there. Things that don't have a positive or negative connotation are called neutral. Neutral means that something is not good or bad. It is what it is. Typically, words that are factual or free from opinion are neutral. Here, I'll show you what I mean. The word car is neutral. A car is a car. It's a vehicle. It gets you where you need to go. When I say the word car, nothing necessarily good or bad comes to mind unless you're just, for some reason, terrified of cars. But if I say the word sports car, look at that beauty. My goodness. See, now that's a nice car. I would want that car. That looks like a fun car to go out for a nice, really fast Sunday drive in. Now, since sports car conjures up that image of a fancy, sleek, fast machine, it's safe to say that sports car has a positive connotation. So again, I'll give you that plus sign to show positive. I'm personally not a big fan of yellow, but if somebody wanted to give me that car, I'd take it. I don't care. So sports car would be positive. Car is neutral. It's just a car. Sports car, on the other hand, ooh, you want that bad boy. That's a good car. On the other hand, if instead of car, I said junker, oof, that's not great. That I get nervous just thinking about getting in that car. It does not look like something I want to be in for safety reasons, plus it's just not pretty. See, a junker is a car that is old, beat up, you could barely drive it. It may not even work. So it's safe to say that junker has a negative connotation. So there's that negative sign there. So there you can kind of visually see the difference. You've got this car in the middle. It's just a car. There's nothing really impressive about it. I mean, it's clean, but it's just a car. It's neutral. It's just the denotation. On the left, you've got sports car. Boy, howdy. Probably could never afford one in my life, but gosh, do I want one. That is a positive connotation. You say that you bought a sports car, people immediately think of fancy cars. On the right-hand side, junker. Sad little beat-up car, putters along the road. Probably you have to reach out the window to wipe off the windshield when it's raining because the windshield wipers don't work, all that kind of stuff. Junker is a negative connotation. You don't want to spend a lot of money on that car because when you buy a junker, you're going to have to be doing a lot of work on it. So you see, a word can be neutral. When it's a basic term like car, it's not going to have a good or bad meaning. It's just telling you what something literally is. Words can also be positive if they create an image or a feeling that is good, or they can be negative if they give you a bad feeling, or if the image that pops into your mind when you hear it is unpleasant. Always look at the context to help you figure out which it is. Well, that's it for my lesson, guys. Tried to keep it a little short. I did promise you I wouldn't take up a whole lot of your time. It is time for you to put your knowledge to work, though. So on USA Test Prep, you'll find an assignment called Denotations and Connotations Assignment. I wonder what that's going to be about. Please complete the whole assignment. It's not very lengthy, so you should be able to knock it out quickly. You do get 3 tries for each of the exercises because I want you to practice and learn as you're going. So try your best and use those attempts as best you can to learn. Remember, you can email me with any questions you might have. I will be right here in front of my computer, especially between 1 and 3. But throughout the rest of the day, I'll be checking my computer periodically. So send me an email. I will respond as soon as I possibly can. But I'll be here. So that's all I've got for you guys. Go forth and do work. Best of luck to you. And I will see you when I see you. Bye.